card 6. I'm starting to lose count because I can't count over things off one hand. So I think it's day 6 of the free-to-play league, and well, this one is probably going to be very short because I'm running out of things to talk about. Unless I get a booster pack. Unless I get something good. So I'm still sick. I think it got worse, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. Maybe I should play against hard AI just to kind of teach you guys how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna play these games and then I'm going to talk a bit more about them. Not instead of just like derping it. So of course, computer easy is kind of not the right time to do it. But if you can ever play a Technosmith and get a profitable block, like although Etherhound is a free creature, Technosmith is technically not even a creature. It's a 2/2 that does something important. So it's always important to get something out of it. Like you wouldn't like if I didn't have BattleTech here, I would not have played the Technosmith in front of this. Maybe it's really debatable because the Matrix Warden kind of just ties with this anyways. Probably would play a Lurker and then maybe a Matrix Warden like in the open lane to direct attack, but it's kind of debatable sometimes. So the Corpse Crawler gets to eat this, so and then he gets some more dudes. So this is why stuff like Swamp Moss Lurker is very good in the early stages, because then stuff like this can be one shot by like a Swamp Moss Lurker. Likewise, these two guys together is very powerful. So in this hand, there's a lot of cards that are needing to be leveled. So first we have a Forge Plate Sentry, which levels good. Beta is debatably good, but Beta and Forge Plate both survive against the Etherhounds, so it's never a bad play. We can also have War Charger, which is, I mean, he grows really well. He's basically Sentry with mobility, like, because the level 1 doesn't really count. Level 1 is just straight up better. So it goes 9-12, which in this one is 9-9 with armor 3. So War Charger is actually quite good. I think I don't need to play betas because beta's investment happens too late, so I might actually just take the betas out. So, but for now, I'm going to play it like this. The reason why I played the Charger here is because since he has mobility, he has an option of moving here or here. So in this current game, it's kind of irrelevant. But like you see, if I played it here, I could not give the choice to move it to kill the Tangle Sprout or move it to direct. So I think I'm going to be moving it to attack here because I want to be able to hold out onto a late game and then do like this, because this is really greedy. And if you're making a greedy play, you have to cover it by giving yourself more space. Like if, ooh. But now it's kind of paid off because I have the sentries now and the Roy in general. So when you make a greedy play, you want to make sure you get screwed over the least amount possible, because then if he had the thing here and then I played a sentry in front of it and then he buffed it with something, then I had to spend another turn trying to kill the Tangle Sprout. So it's always important to kill things when you can do it if you're going to play greedy. Never be like, okay, just wait for him to attack it, because that's never good. But basically, if you played 3 Forge Plate and you draw free Forge Plate, it's hard to say that you can actually lose like anything. Like triple Forge Plate is pretty disgusting. So and then you get the War Charger back like a boss. War Charger is also quite amazing. The stats seem like, sometimes you look at the stats and it seems like it's kind of whatever sometimes, but then when you realize it, they're basically the same creature, except one has mobility and one does not. So I'm going to actually play against hard AI, and I'm going to make it play my own deck, and I'm going to make some changes first. This card is quite powerful actually. It just temporarily pumps creatures. It's really good for an aggressive deck. So first I'm going to open this booster pack, see if I get something good. Flame Lance is quite good, and so is Conflag. Oh, Energy Surge. This is a card I'll need to make Jawforged in the future if I choose to do so. So that's a good sign. I'm gonna go into Deck Builder and change up my deck. And I'm gonna play a mirror match. Actually, no. I'll play against my other deck. I'm gonna still keep Krogius because I want to have that surprise Krogius factor. But I definitely don't want this beta anymore. Nexus Pilot is debatable as well, mainly because she has to be in the middle to be good. So it's hard to say, do I want to keep her in or not. Maybe I need more Huntress. Krogius. And also Grove Matriarch is like, oh, whoops. I just wanted to look at it. It's one of these cards that are, it's very, it doesn't look like really good on a piece of, on paper, but the stats in comparison to all the powerful things in the current like unheroic format makes it so that it's quite good. For example, it's an 8/9, which means that things like Forge Plate Sentry, Ionic War Charger, Master of Elements even, and Master of Elements Vanilla Brother, which is Fangwood Ravager, they can all have to tie with this, and then you get a token on top of it. So these guys are really good. But although sometimes their value is generally hidden. Guardian. Bear Rider is also one of these cards that is very deceiving, because level 1 it looks like it's really crap, and it really is. But it's level 2. It's quite big, so if most level 1s can't kill this, which is quite nice. So in comparison to something like, where's my Swamp Moss Lurker? Compared to Swamp Moss Lurker, it's a bit more frail at level 2 and 1, but in exchange with level 1 it's quite powerful, so generally there's always going to be ups and downs unless you're comparing like legendary to non-legendary, which is then sometimes it's like, oh no, really it's better. I didn't think of that. So I'm gonna go triple Ionic War Charger. Let's do it. UA, well, because I'm playing Techno Smiths. Sometimes it's matchup based, whether if you want to be greedily leveling things up. Generally against a red aggressive deck, you don't want to be leveling up like that. You don't want to be playing the Techno Smiths. But then in that case you'll have 3 dead cards kind of in your deck a lot of time. So that's not that good. So I'm gonna play UA level up, and I'm gonna play Computer Hard. Let's go against my Tarsus Leaf Weaver. And then I'm gonna play some online. Okay. Could have sworn I took this out, but who knows? So there's a lot of good cards you can lead with. Leading with War Charger is never wrong, because leading with War Charger, they can't actually kill your War Charger with a creature. Like there's no profitable block against a War Charger, because unless you play in the corner, then they can play 2 things to 7 power if they had it. But then generally if you play it anywhere that can move 2 squares, you're in the money. I don't want to play the Nexus Pilot at the same time, because I drew both Battletech and Nexus Pilot, which both need to be in the center lane. I don't have to worry about future conflict. But by playing just Battletech, since there's no real good pump like Weirwood Patriarch that I have right now, it's probably just gonna die to something or trade itself off. So I think the play here is to play the War Charger. Then next turn it's probably going to be double Forge Plate, unless. So see, this is like classic example of like how if I didn't want, I get the choice to fight what I want to fight. Forge Plate Sentry will deal with this just fine, but this can't deal with Tarsus Deathweaver, so I have to do like this. Here, because I don't want to block Charger's path of mobility. Here, I have almost all utility creatures except for Charger. So, let's see what the computer does. Okay, so this guy comes back. This is going to die for sure. I could play like Warden and then Huntress to trade, but that seems really unnecessary. I think the play here is techno-smithing a Warden, and then playing a Charger in front of this, because and put the techno-smith in the middle, I guess. Because if I play a Charger, then I could kill this for free, and I get to eat something, or I get to attack something next turn. Well, this guy's gonna trade off. Because I really don't want to invest so much to kill an Etherhound. So I think that's a decent play. Actually, I think Huntress might be better level up. Yeah, Huntress is definitely much worse at level 1 than Matrix Warden is, because the 3 attack is generally good at all points in the game. Now I drew another Sentry, which is quite good luck for me, so I can put it up here. And he blocked, oh okay. So that's actually quite a decent play. See, now I don't want my War Charger to die to utility creature, so I'm gonna put the War Charger in the middle. Then I'm gonna put a Matrix Warden to pump my War Charger so I get some extra damage in. And that makes it so that he can't block this with just anything. Like, he will be, if you had an opponent, he'd be inclined to block with something that's more utility rather than that. But, as the opponent is not quite an opponent, he does gonna only take 2 damage, so giving him the extra pump is good. Generally, you want to pump Forge Blade Sentries at least once, because of what I said before, stuff like Grove Matriarch, which is basically designed to like kill stuff like that. Then it gives them a harder time, because then it would just one-shot the Matriarch, and then the sapling doesn't even hurt the Forge Blade Sentry because it has the armor. So I'm gonna play down a double War Charger probably. Yeah, double War Charger seems pretty decent right now. Excuse me. So now I have a level 1 hand, which is pretty reasonable considering I drew 4 level 2s already. Ooh. So this is a time where I make the choice, and this is where we call it a blowout, to use this to kill a bunch of things. I'm gonna actually play the Krogius, because yeah, I'm probably just gonna take out Krogius at this point. He's not really. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump this War Charger. Then gonna Ferocious Roar. And then these 2 guys can stay here. Now this is a turn I might want to just Techno-Smith my whole hand away. So first I want to get in damage because these things are not attacking. Then I'm going to move in to block it after. So first I'm going to declare attack, then I move into block. This makes it so that if he wants to actually get a trade out of this, he has to invest an extra card, thus wasting 1 more card of his turn to kill my War Charger. So aside from that, Techno-Smithing, I'm going to Techno-Smith away a Techno-Smith. So then the next time I draw that card, it will be powerful enough that I won't feel bad playing it. And to apply more pressure, I'm going to play a Lurker. Level 1 hand again, which is fine because you have things like Matrix Warden, Aloyan General, and Huntress that are always good regardless if you... See, now he's trying to get... Like, the computer is actually not poorly programmed. Not that poorly programmed at least. And he wants to get value out of blocking like this, I'm pretty sure. Then I'm just going to move it away. I'm not going to give him that kind of benefit. He could play a new Death Seeker, but he's already taken so much from this War Charger. So War Charger's done at least, like, what, 42 damage so far? So, there's always that. I want something that can block this profitably, but at the moment I can't seem to find the thing. I guess I could put Matriarch and pump it once. It lives through all of that shenanigans. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like this. Attack first, then put the Grove Huntress here. Because even though the War Charger is most likely going to die next turn, you never know. Like, he could choose to not block it for whatever reason, and you never want to block the mobility. Even if it's like 14-1, which is, it's going to die. Like, that's just pretty straightforward, but sometimes you just play the way you think it's best, and it's a good habit, because sometimes it's not a 14-1, sometimes it's like 14-10 or just a 9-12. then you need to make sure he has the chance to move around. Sorry about the quick pause to get a sneeze in, and don't want you guys to hear me blowing my lungs out. So yeah, okay. So Grove Hunter is gonna put it on the lurker. The seedling is destined to die at this point, so it doesn't matter if it dies to the Spirit Warrior or not. Look at things like Charger 3, Forge Plate. That's why having lurkers on that under level is okay, because at 8 power he has almost the same power as any of my Ward Charger level 2 or my Ward Sentry level 2, which like said before, is quite good. Ward Charger here, attack, Sentry here, and then this hand is just like nail in the coffin. It's just like Forge Plate 3, Charger 3, and that basically ends the game on a normal basis. And mobility is always important, even though I didn't matter that I moved it or not. Mobility gives you the options, and with more options is always better. And overkilling is optional. So, overkilling is generally bad-mannered, but I mean, when people, I don't know, when people don't concede, and then I'm not saying like it's a bad thing or anything, but when people don't concede, and then you have lethal on board, sometimes I do just end up overkilling them, just cause like, you know, because I'm an ass. But so this, once again, Technosmith for a lurker is definitely worth it. If I didn't have the general, I'd probably play the Technosmith somewhere else, just so like I don't have to block the thing twice. So now he has to use a card to save it, which makes and then I get something like this, where 2 utility creatures killed 2 lurkers, which is almost always a profitable engagement here. Granted, I probably should have played the Technosmith here and played the Matrix Warden outside, and then pumped this, so then I get a 3/3 instead of 2/2. That's really minor, but I mean, like, see, I could have killed the Technosmith for free. Now I can't kill the Technosmith for free. So War Charger is really good against Pilot or Nexus Pilot, because you know clearly the stats dictate it to be so. I'll put them in a corner. See, the Charger can actually just block it once, move aside, and I can play something else to block, which is always a good option. Now I cannot, so I have a couple choices here. I can choose to play the Technosmith and take damage to the face, which might not be a bad play, considering after I can take this out for sure with just something like this. Probably going to do so, and I'm going to play a Technosmith outside of the range of this Matrix Warden. I don't want to block with it. You don't want to chump block with Technosmith unless you absolutely have to. Like, playing it in an open square, like an open lane, is much better than putting it in front of a Matrix Warden for it to die. Because now they put something in front of it, say something like that, and then you have something like a Loin General that can pump it up to more power. Then you know you kind of get an edge on, so I get an extra 4 damage on his Loin General, which might not be what he wanted, and now I can kill it with this Technosmith, for example, or the Tangle Sprout, or the Small Monster that I just drew. So there's always the option to do better, make a better play. So I'm in kind of a bad situation right now. I think the best thing I can do is to play the Technosmith, leveling up. Maybe Tech Up. Generally, you don't want to level up a spell, because spells are usually good at almost all levels, if you're playing the right spells at least. So, alright, I'm gonna take out Krogios. Yeah. Considering the format is gonna be quite quick and quite fast with all the decks that, oh god. Okay, so let's see. I have to invest too much to kill it. So then I'm not gonna level the Krogios. I'm gonna level the Matrix Warden. I'll trade with it, and then I'm gonna give him a Matriarch. Of course, I technically get a +1 off the the trigger of Matriarch dying, but it's still not worth it because the 1/1 isn't that good in a deck like this. But if you're in Constructed and you had or with Patriarchs and stuff, then it gets much more profitable. But at the same time, I'm playing BattleTech, so I get 5 damage for my Seedling. So it's pretty good bang for your buck. And if Technosmith was a 16/16, it would be the most absurd card ever. Because it would just be living through everything and killing everything. So when you play so many Technosmiths, I'm at least expecting to draw level 3 every hand. Unless I draw a hand of like 5 level 3s, then I can expect not to. But let's not fight you. Let's level up this Matriarch. See, the problem with putting the General here is because I'm gonna lock my Charger in. But at the same time, I think it's a decent enough trade to sacrifice the mobility of my War Charger. And now I get one more level 3. Like, a level 3 and a level 2 is perfectly fine if you build your deck properly. Then you'll have level 2s that are good at all levels, and then level 3s that are spectacular at level 3. So, play the General here. I'll play a Matrix Warden. Just pump it up and kill him. So, I didn't need to, but... So that was kind of like my thought process when I'm usually playing. Third win is completed, and it's already been 21 minutes because I was talking quite a lot about that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to end it there. Currently still nothing too exciting going on in my deck. I'm going to make some quick changes. First, I'm going to take out this Krogius. Maybe I'm going to craft myself. I'm going to see how much a Ferocious Roar costs. Whew, that's expensive. Okay, so I might not be spending the money on the Ferocious Roar at this point. Oh wow, then that means the deck I want to make is actually quite expensive because I need 3 new heroics. So might not be making that anymore. But let's see what's in here that I can use. Terra Vanguard, Tech Upgrade, Steel Medic. String Dried is actually not a bad creature, like just straight up playing 2 cards a turn, but I don't think it fits very well. Generally you want to play cards like that in a more, a more growing wide deck. So I think I'm going to still play the Croceus because I don't see much better options. I mean, I could play a Beta, which gets online a bit faster because it's level 2 and 1 can do something rather than having just a 1/1. But I think that's still fine. I mean, it's not like, I'm just not even going to say that. Considering Krogius wasn't really my game plan, like I wasn't banking on winning off Krogius, then it's really, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. So that's going to be day 6, I think. I'm going to try to keep these interesting rather than just going like, here's my dailies, good night, and whatnot. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Solforge. Alright, bye.